Oh, hey, welcome back to the channel, people. And here we are to recap. We're going to recap this little Airbnb series that I was doing. And this is going to be short because just want to recap. First, did your business plan and spent all those hours doing it, getting help, getting your business plan done. 2, you decided where you want to do it, how you want to do it. You've got everything done. So now, let's have a recap. Is Airbnb bust? Well, it is not bust, but I highly recommend anyone out there doing Airbnb that are in metro areas. Metro Calgary, where I live. Metro Edmonton. Metro Los Angeles. Metro Vancouver. Metro Dallas. Metro Houston. Metro New York. Metro. What does that mean? It means the cities. Airbnb has taken over a lot of cities. They really have. And there's nowhere for people to live. Now, is not because of Airbnb, but it is because the media and politicians think it's because of Airbnb. So if you're going to get into the Airbnb business and in 2023, 2024, I'm going to highly recommend you pick a resort area. Yes, that's correct. Resort areas. Now don't get me wrong, there are places like maybe Scottsdale, Mesa, in the Phoenix area that will absolutely work because a lot of people travel there. Places in Florida, lots of people travel there for the wintertime. Not so much in the summertime, so it'll be temporary. You'll get very good money for a short period of time, then you're not going to be booked. There are resort areas where Airbnbs will absolutely work, absolutely exist, and you don't have any freightiness, or you don't have to be scared, or you don't have to worry, you don't have to plan to be shut down by an organization. Either the developer decides not to do it, the city decides not to do it, the state, the province, the country, the whatever. If you are a resort area, the one thing that municipalities have figured out, that without Airbnb, these resort areas will not exist. Just as simple as that. But these metro areas where Airbnb has taken over, where people are just temporarily Airbnb 8 months of the year because they use it 4 months a year, or maybe they use it a month a year or whatever, this has created huge problems. And they don't want them anymore. So that's just the way it is. Just to let you know, a little context. 1 week rentals or vacation rentals in houses, apartments, blah, 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 have been around forever. There are areas of the country that have had weekly rentals in the summertime for 100 years. They exist because of that. Because it's nice at certain times of year, and this is when people want to go. Okay? People want to go on vacation, they want to have fun. So if you're going to Airbnb and you don't want to be busted, as in, I got to get out and I got to take a loss and I've got to sell. And trust me on this. If you're in these metro areas, and even if you're going to lose a little bit of money, if you think you can be affected by what's happened in British Columbia and Dallas and a bunch of other areas, you will be affected. It's just as simple as this. You may be able to turn it into 1 month rental only, or 90-day rentals. So you can stay on the Airbnb platform, but someone has to book for 90 days. This could be a market. That's a whole other business plan than what you just did. But warning signs are out there everywhere, and pay attention to the warning signs. Metro areas for Airbnb, for the bulk of them, are going to disappear over, I would say, the next year or two. If you're thinking of Airbnb in a large metro area that's not a vacation spot, to where you can't do 90-day, 120-day rentals, maybe that market exists in areas where someone does come in for 3 or 4 months and you can get that booking and do well, then do it. But remember, if you don't get the booking, you're vacant for quite some time. But I would say right now, today, the filming of this video, posting of this video, everybody out there, there's a lot of force to get rid of short-term rentals in metro areas. So if you're not a vacation spot, you can be a large metro area and be a vacation spot. Get out and get out now. Here's my warning. Cut your losses if it's going to be a loss. It's really unfortunate. You could have a 3% mortgage for another 25 years fixed, and you're like, well, yeah, but I got that 3%. Everything's 8%. It doesn't matter. You're not going to turn it into a long-term tenant. You're not going to put a long-term tenant in there. Maybe you can make money at that, but I doubt if you want to. So unless you're going to long-term tenant your Airbnb, which I would say 95% of the people will not do this, you will not. You might try, but you'll end up selling. And get out now. There's my warning. Get out now. I've said this little series about Airbnb bust. Airbnb is bust in only one area, and that are metro areas all over the place. They're oversupplied and they're taking a lot of housing. And people don't want it anymore. More importantly, governments don't want it. And they're looking at it saying, we got to get rid of this. And they're being lobbied. Trust me, the people that are doing this, that are trying to make a business and trying to make a living, they don't want this. Nobody wants this, but it's going to happen. So get out. I know markets are down, some are up, and you may lose. But it's better to take advice from someone who lost a lot, not paying attention to this, and then had to get out. If I got out at the beginning, I would have saved myself $1 million. But I didn't. So here I am, working away, continuing to work. Of course, I do enjoy what I'm doing. But if you're in these metro areas, get out and get out now. It's as simple as that. Hey, if you can carry the property and not rent it, then don't rent it. Or you can go to 90-day to 120-day bookings only, then do it. But other than that, get out of your market now. I think I've said it enough. If you've watched this video, I think you got the message. Get out of your markets, cut and run. Figure out how to do that and get her done before everyone else figures it out, and now you're selling with just a ton of listings all over the place. And you don't want to be doing that, because then you got to take less. It's as simple as that. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked my little series, and I hope to see you in the future.